Hi everybody, welcome to Kate's Paper Creations and to my weekly free video and blog post casing the catalog. And this week I'm going to be casing the annual catalog from 2020 to 2021, and it's going to be ending soon, the end of April. It'll be gone and we'll have a new one with all kinds of wonderful new stuff, but for now we're going to be looking at page 174 and the Blossoms in Bloom bundle, and I'm going to be duplicating as best I can this particular picture right here, this particular card. And this was my first attempt at it, and it's pretty similar. And I'll have to say that I wasn't really excited about trying this card at first because I'm just not typically drawn to doing things in these gray, in the gray tones. But when I got it done, I have to say that I really do like it a lot. So let me get started showing you how I made it. We'll start out first of all by telling you that I am using the Blossoms in Bloom bundle. So it's got, and this bundle is carrying over, so it'll be in the new catalog. So if you get hooked by this card, you'll be able to still get it even after May 1st. So this is the stamp set, and then there are the dies. And excuse me, so there's the detailed dies and then the filler dies for 2 flower sizes and the grouping as well. Okay, so, and then of course there's some extra little pieces. Let's get started. I started with a Smoky Slate base card, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, just like that. There's the base card. Then I am going to layer onto the front a piece like this, and it's going to be my working piece, and it is 4 by 5 1/4. I'm also going to be using Smoky Slate and Basic Gray inks, and well, we'll get to some more of that, what I'm doing with what here in a minute. Let's get that. Okay, so I'm using the outline die to cut out 2 of these, and I used the adhesive sheets so that when we're ready to attach, the backs will peel off and these will be sticky, and you won't be trying to put glue on those little fine lines. So adhesive sheets, the only way to go for this kind of thing. Okay, I also used a piece of Blackberry Bliss and white embossing powder and the heat tool to stamp the words Happy Birthday onto this. We're also going to be bringing in a piece of the Bumblebee ribbon, and this is 16 inches long. We'll be using that. And then for the little flowers, let me get all my pieces here. You've got the background piece, which is cut from Saffron, and the detailed pieces that are going to go on top of that, also backed with adhesive from Bumblebee. Okay, let's get started. So this particular design used 2 pieces, one that comes down, so it's going to come down and kind of like this on the card, and then once it's stuck, we'll cut away those pieces. And then this piece came up from this way. Now you might be able to save this and use it down here, but I tried that and I don't think it worked very well for me. So I made 2, but you could try and cut it in half and not have to have 2 pieces. That's up to you. But this is the way I am going to do it. Now you can see that there is gray in the flowers here, and the way that is done is with the filler stamp. And this is the way I got my gray exactly where I wanted it. I took the backing off of one of these and I saved it. This is the backing off of the adhesive sheet. And I put it on here where I wanted it to be, like that. Then I inked this with the basic gray. And you could do it either way. The basic gray is a little bit darker, or you could use the smoky slate. But then I just inked it and got the basic idea of where I wanted, what the direction was, and where I wanted that to be, which is right about like that. Now, it doesn't have to be super perfection, because then when I do actually stick it, I've got some room to move it around. But this gives me a basic idea of where I want that to be. And I want to make sure I've got it squared away here. Let's make sure I'm using the right. Yep, I had it right. Okay. Block's kind of big and bulky. So that's about where I want it. So then I'm just going to pull that away, and I am just going to do that. Now I can bring in one of these pieces, and with my handy dandy little pokey tool, I can get one of those edges to come up of that and gently peel that away. It's a good reason to save those. And I am just going to line it up with the spaces I've already made, like that. Now, there is also the leaf that's shaded in just a little bit, just one of these leaves here, and I just didn't stick it down real tight. I just kind of came in like that, and it's okay if it's not perfect. Like I said, you don't need it to be perfect. Then if you also wanted to catch some of these smaller leaves, you could do that as well. And I just lifted it up and added some color. And I'm happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and press that into place. Get it all stuck down really good. And then we're going to trim it off. Now you could probably save those pieces to do something with. Sometimes I just go, no, I'm not going to do that. But that's up to you. I'm not going to try and save those. Like I said, I didn't have real good success in saving the pieces I cut away. So there's the top half right there. Doesn't that look nice? I like it. Okay, now this one comes up from the bottom and it goes this way. Now I came down quite a ways with that one, so I'm probably not going to use very much here, but just so you can see the difference, that top was stamped with the dark basic gray. Let's stamp this bottom one with the smoky slate. This card, I believe I used smoky slate on as well. And let me see, which way does it need to go? Just like that. I'm going to turn it so it's a little bit easier for me to kind of see where I'm going. Yeah, about like that. Let's see. Hold on a second. Let me get a piece of scratch paper to put behind here. And so it's not a super, you can see the difference, just a little bit of difference in the shading. And then we've got another one of these to peel the backing off of. There we go. I got it started. And let's see, I know I used it this way, so we are going to, let's see, which way do I want it? Is it this one? Yeah, there we go. Took a minute for that puzzle to fit. There we go. Just like that. Now there's quite a bit of this left on this one because of the way I stamped it. That's, like I said, again, that's totally up to you. Got a few pieces, a little piece of Chad in there. I'm going to get those out of there. Little pieces that didn't come up when I cleaned it up. There we go. And we'll stick those down. And I'm probably going to save what I cut away from this and use it for something else, because there's quite a bit there, and I think I could do that. So no two cards are ever the same when I'm doing things like this. It's just the way it works, you know, so it's just how you stamp it. But I will stick that over on my save spot. And there's the front. And it's really lovely. It's really quite striking. I really like it. Okay, this can now be attached to the front of the card. Now you can attach it with dimensionals and raise it up just a little bit if you want. That's up to you. You could, I'm going to attach it flat. Just regular adhesive. But you could raise it up if you chose to. And it's going to have an 1/8 inch border around. But I'm going to have some bulk with that ribbon and the embellishments, and so I didn't want to get too thick. Okay, now that ribbon, here's how I attached that ribbon. I started out with a glue dot, and I just placed a glue dot right in the middle where I'm going to place the ribbon and stuck it down. Then I took another glue dot, put it in that same spot, created my loop, and stuck it down. Then I just kept going until I got all the loops I wanted. That sticker stuck to me. Let's try that again. There we go. And I'm going to do it again. Let's go this way this time. And one more. Coming back this way with one more. And then I wanted there to be cut ends on both sides. So I'm going to cut that one. And this one's already got a double. So we're good. Okay, then the sentiment goes on top of that, and it goes on with dimensionals. Excuse me. Just a couple of them, doesn't need a bunch. And I put it right over the top of the ribbon. Just like that. So the ribbon's sticking out from behind it. Okay, and now our little flowers. And like I said, these delicate pieces have adhesive on the back. So all you got to do is peel that up, and then they're ready to stick. Then all you got to do is line them up with the right way to go. And there's a pretty obvious way. Let's get this. Oopsie. There we go. There's one. You can kind of see the coloring difference. And do the next one. It's a little tricky to get them to lay still long enough to be stuck together. There we go. And one more. I wouldn't try to... The adhesive sheets are really the only way to go with this stuff. With these little delicate pieces like this. It's just saves so much headache. Okay, then each one of these are going to get a mini dimensional right in the middle. And they'll get attached that way. And it's just a matter of taste where you want to put them. I'm going to put one up here, one, no, right about in here somewhere, and I'm going to put one down here. So there's my flowers. And then I'm using up these clear and frosted epoxy droplets. Those are in the current catalog. They're available while supplies last, because they are going to be going away and they won't be returning. So if you like these, you might want to get them. One thing I really like about these is you can color these with your alcohol blends pens, and it dries permanent on them. And so if you want shiny and you want to see it match something you're making, let me do one just for the fun of it. I'm just going to grab any color I've got here. I think this is garden green or something. Oh, it's shaded spruce. Let me color one for you, and I'll color the bigger one. It still lets the shine come through. See that? Isn't that? I hope you can see it. It's just, so you don't have to buy a lot of different colors. You can color them to match your project, which is kind of fun to be able to do. Okay, I'm going to put some of the smaller ones. There's 2 sizes here. And just deciding where I want them is, I think I'll put some up here, and I think I'll put one of the larger ones up here. So if I was of a mind to, I could color one of these or 2 of these and color them with the, with like So Saffron or something like that if I wanted to. But just put a few of those on there to kind of give it a little bit of bling. And that is today's Casing the Catalog project using the Blossoms in Bloom bundle. I hope you enjoyed stopping by today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave me a comment. I love to get comments. I enjoy them and I read every one of them. And I'm also open for any kind of tips or tricks that you might share with me. And I would appreciate it if you don't have a demonstrator, if you would shop in my online store, and the link for that will be in the description below. Thanks again for stopping by. You have a great stamping day.